Welcome back to TYT Sports, everybody. Not long ago, we had a guest on, Brett Davern, who is from the Brett Davern Show, which could be called the Brett and Marty
Should
Show.
be.
A fantastic podcast that has been, you guys are you at your 100th episode or past that?
No, we are almost there. We're real close.
You're very close. It's gained a lot of popularity, especially of recent, which is awesome to see. So I'm here with Marty Shannon, who's a major part of the podcast as well. And Marty is a big NFL fan, so there's only a couple of important games this weekend that are happening.
Yeah, just one or two.
Just one or two. Do you have any team in the fight left? Any fan that any team you're rooting for in specific?
I'm rooting for the Chargers.
Right.
I hope the move works for them.
Yeah, man, that was, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. It's 56 years and they just ripped the Chargers.
It's nutty.
San Diego.
Did you see the video of the guy burning his flag,
I did.
Charger
Did you
flag?
see the Sean Merriman tweet saying,
Yeah,
I'm not LeBron, I'll come find you. Which
that was awesome.
It's like a 6'5" linebacker. I
Right.
don't really want that. So Sean Merriman fans, please, for your own safety,
Good for him.
keep your jerseys. Let's get into. We're going to take a quick look at the NFL schedule before we get into the three games that are happening this weekend. I joke because the Texans won't beat the Patriots.
No, they won't.
The Seahawks and the Falcons kick everything off on Saturday afternoon. The big thing that happened, or I guess the biggest news of today, is that because of an incoming hailstorm, the Steelers and Cheifs was moved to Sunday Night Football, so it'll come after the Packers and the Cowboys. Some other interesting, fun things that are going on. For one, it's the highest scoring offense in the league versus a defense that, when they show up, is vaunted and terrifying in the Seahawks. And when they don't show up, they get blown out like they did in Green Bay not long ago. And speaking of Green Bay, the Packers and the Cowboys meet for the 8th time, which is tied for the most in playoffs history. It just hasn't happened in many years because the Cowboys haven't been able to really make that run really since the America's Team Cowboys.
That's true. Was that Troy Aikman?
Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin.
Yeah,
and
okay.
We're talking Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, but have Dallas been good since Troy Aikman? Is that a thing I'm not remembering?
So good is, I'm not a Cowboys fan, right? But objectively speaking, I'm fully aware that they have one of the best offensive lines in football. Sean Lee, as a middle linebacker, patrols the field like the sheriff's name that he has, Sean Lee. And Zeke Elliott is one of the most talented rookie running backs we've seen in a long time. So Dallas has been good even before Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott. They just couldn't get over a couple of humps because when they got to the playoffs and faced was it the Packers the last time where they got the drop pass with Des Bryant?
That's right.
It's just bad luck.
Yeah.
For sometimes, or it doesn't fall the right way, or the NFL rules get in the way.
Or Tony Romo's arm falls off.
Or he gets injured.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Cowboys have been a bad team.
Sure.
Now I just think they've become a scary team, a terrifying team, a threatening team, a team that can make a run.
How do you feel about most people thinking that they haven't really faced a tough team yet?
Well, as a Giants fan, I'm happy the Giants beat them twice this year. So that's really all that matters to me. But no, I think that this poses a different challenge. Fortunately for them, the Packers don't have a great run defense. They do have a decent pass defense, so we'll see. But here's a narrative. Like I'm sure everyone's followed all year long. Everyone keeps saying that Dak Prescott, well, it's week 5, he hasn't faced enough challenges yet. The sample size is too small. And then they get into some division matchups. And well, it's still the Redskins. It's a team that, it's a divisional game, so there's more to it, and they're playing well. And he proved all of those people wrong. So why would we think that the playoffs would be any different? Is it just more pressure you think that might be coming down on Dak?
Possibly. I mean, a rookie quarterback, it's tough. Their offensive line is insane, and it's hard to tackle a guy that's already good, especially when you can't break the line.
Have you seen they're all like 6'6"?
It's insane. It's insane.
Why they have a wall of people? It is it's Texas, man. That's a good way to put it. Back to that schedule really quick because there's a couple of other talking points from this weekend. Before I don't take the Texans seriously enough and end up being an idiot and the Texans go on and pull off what I really would call the biggest upset in my lifetime in playoffs history, just because, look, the Patriots have played some bad teams historically in the divisional round of the playoffs. I mean, we're talking about a team that not too long ago faced a 12-4 Byron Leftwich-led Jaguars team to what some people call the worst 12-4 team of all time, and they smacked them like 41-14. But it is a playoff game, and Colin Cowherd, the herd of Colin Cowherd, his show this morning was saying that the Patriots have not played one single quality quarterback, except for Russell Wilson, and he beat them in Foxborough this year.
Yeah, right.
So it's not that he's looking at the Texans game going, it's Brock Osweiler. That's not a threat to the Patriots, even with their defense. It's next round.
Right.
We're already thinking about the next round because, again, it's a 16-point spread.
Yep.
Which do you think? Where would you rank this in terms of surprises? Like, do you think it's more likely that Mayweather gets knocked out by McGregor than the Texans beat the Patriots?
No, I don't think it's more likely than that. It's football, so it's wacky.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as consistency, is there a more consistent team you can bet on than the Patriots? Like any season, especially in the last
16, 17 years. No?
Right. Yeah, they've made it to playoffs every single season.
It's true.
But it's and Brock Osweiler. Good luck to the guy. I mean, and he really, I guess he got lucky because he can give the finger to the Broncos now after all that.
Well, he got the
the
money,
dust
yeah.
up. Yeah, and he's in the playoffs, and they are not.
It's a fair point. It's like people always say it's like John Elway is a genius for not signing Brock Osweiler, and you look back at it and you go, no, he offered Brock Osweiler an insane amount of money.
Yeah.
Brock Osweiler just said, no, I don't want the best ranked defense, the Super Bowl winning defense. I want to go play with the Texans, who actually finished with a better overall defense this year.
Right.
And he's in the second round of the playoffs, but nobody's going to. Look, by all means, Brock Osweiler, if you put up 4 touchdowns in Foxborough and beat the Patriots, it will not forgive you for being a bad quarterback, but it will get you a little bit more respect. I don't like saying such hateful things about the Texans in this matchup. I don't, because there's always that chance on any given Sunday, but I think the bigger question is, will they cover the 16-point spread, or will it be like a 10-point game?
No, I think it'll be like a 24-point game.
Yeah, the Cheifs and the Steelers also pose an interesting one because that's a spread that's 1.5 points to the Steelers, which I think is a little disrespectful to the Chiefs. Yeah. I think the Chiefs' slightly boring style of play hurts them, because they're not looked at as a team with this weapon on offense that can lead them. They have weapons on defense in Peters and Justin Houston, if he's definitely suiting up, Terry Poe. Their team has been stacked defensively. What we know, though, as Drew McGarry of Deadspin was writing yesterday, is I'm just counting down the minutes until we get a standard Andy Reid botched clock management moment. Because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Happened last year when he didn't know he was down 14 points. This year,
he forgot.
He's just going to think that there's, as one of our hosts here, Ben Mankiewicz, always says, that the 4-point field goal doesn't exist. So coaches need to stop thinking it does.
That's a good point. And I'm going to remember that when I start coaching Pee Wee football.
Pee Wee football.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll invent it. Who knows?
That would be great. It would be definitely, if it's 50 or more yards, based on how many kickers miss field goals this year, maybe there should be a 4-point field goal.
If you're Robert Aguayo. I'm a Bucs fan.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm from Florida. Went to school in Tampa. So
you have a promising future. You're one of those teams that's on the edge of possibly being great.
Yeah.
But one bad season could just derail everything.
If they're not good next season, it's going to be real depressing.
It would be. I think they're a team that should make the playoffs next year. I think they're a team I think Jameis Winston's the real deal as a starting quarterback, and Mike Evans is a monstrous downfield threat.
He's an animal. Yeah. And, you just work on those hands, Mike. Just catch the ball a little more.
A little bit more.
That's it.
Can you tell that to the Giants receivers?
Odell doesn't need help. He just he was partying in Miami.
Just having a good time. That's all.
Don't tweet at me.
I think too many people are betting on the Seahawks. And when 80% of the world is betting on a team, I'm like, no, 80% of the world's not smart. It's 20% of the world is smart.
That's true. And 20 is generous.
Generous. So
Quite.
3%, 1%.
Yeah.
Back to the 1%. All right, so at Brett Davern Show to hear Marty's part in his... You have a big role in the show. Mm-hmm. So...
Almost bigger than Brett's.
Should it be the Marty Shannon Show?
Yeah, just no Brett at all. Maybe just the Marty Shannon
Love
Show.
Love it. I have Brett back on. I'm going to be like, it's the Brett Davern Show with Brett Davern.
Yeah, well, maybe. We'll see.
And at Marty_Shannon for his Twitter handle. Make sure to give him a follow over there. We'll be back with a really fun clip on DeMarcus Cousins.